So, some huge news just popped off with the PlayStation 5. Sony just decided to drop a blog article showcasing their new controller. Taken when they showed the PS4 DualShock 4 controller, they had it as a part of a full conference back in 2013, but this time around, it's a blog post. Times have changed, folks. So, diving right into it, the PS5 controller is not called the DualShock 5 as most expected, but rather the DualSense controller. Reading the intro from the PlayStation blog, we've reached an exciting milestone with PlayStation 5 as we are starting to ship our new controller in its final design to developers who are implementing its unique features into their games. But first, we wanted everyone in the PlayStation community to get a first look at the DualSense wireless controller and hear our vision of how the new controller will captivate more of your senses as you interact with the virtual worlds in PlayStation 5 games. The features of DualSense, along with PS5's Tempest 3D audio tech, will deliver a new feeling of immersion to players. So it's clear they went with DualSense because of the increased level of immersion that they couldn't just call it the DualShock 5. They went on to discuss the haptic feedback and adaptive triggers on the controller. We adopted haptic feedback, which adds a variety of powerful sensations you'll feel when you play, such as the slow grittiness of driving a car through mud. We also incorporated adaptive triggers into the L2 and R2 buttons of DualSense so you can truly feel the tension of your actions, like when drawing a bow to shoot an arrow. Now, this information was mentioned before through interviews, but it's good to reiterate to people that may have missed that information that this controller is not just the DualShock 5 and it's not just rumble, but it goes a level beyond that. They mentioned battery life on the controller as well with the following statement: "We also took thoughtful consideration into ways to maintain a strong battery life for DualSense's rechargeable battery and to lessen the weight of the controller as much as possible as new features were added." So this doesn't really tell us if the battery life is better or worse than the DualShock 4, so we'll have to wait and see on that, because the DualShock 4 battery, I can even admit, or anybody can really admit, is not the best battery life on a controller. That thing dies out pretty quick. But they continued with discussing the buttons on the controller and how the share button is gone, but not really, with the following statement: "For the buttons, you'll notice there's no longer a share button as we added with DualShock 4. Don't worry, it's not going away. In fact, we've built upon the success of our industry first share button to bring you a new create button feature. With create, we're once again pioneering new ways for players to create epic gameplay content to share with the world or just to enjoy for themselves. We'll have more details on this feature as we get closer to launch." Now, I'm not sure how above and beyond create goes over just the regular share button, but it seems like screenshots and video captures are still there, so don't worry about that. They went on to discuss one of my favorite aspects of the controller as well here, which is the built-in mic. DualSense also adds a built-in microphone array, which will enable players to easily chat with friends without a headset, ideal for jumping into a quick conversation. But of course, if you're planning to chat for a longer period, it's good to have the headset handy. Now, for me, this is huge, because my God, so many people come online and don't have or don't use, I'm not sure which is the case, headsets. But now there's no excuse. We have mics on the controller now, fellas, and I personally love it so much. But by far, one of my favorite aspects of the controller is, of course, the look. Sony has for a long time traditionally stuck with black, so this is very different, and they discuss it with the following statement: "Now, let's talk about the colors. Traditionally, our base controllers have a single color. As you can see, we went a different direction this time around and decided on a two-toned design. Additionally, we changed the position of the light bar that will give it an extra pop. On DualShock 4, it sat on the top of the controller. Now it sits at each side of the touchpad, giving it a slightly larger look and feel." So from rumors, we thought the touchpad was going to be bigger or going to get bigger, but based off this statement, Sony has confirmed it's not actually bigger, just that the light bars are on the side and give it a bigger look and feel. And that's basically the controller details. I personally cannot wait for holiday 2020. This is personally why I love Sony's approach with gaming. They try new things like handheld consoles or the Move controllers or iToy or the amazing PSVR, and now we have things coming like the DualSense controller, 3D audio, and PSVR 2 to elevate our gaming experiences. Sony, all you guys have to do now is just tell me where I need to put my money and we're good. But you guys let me know down in the comments below if you like the controller design or not. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button.